Would you like to 20 and 30x your investment in crypto? Let's put these three cryptos on your radar then. Now, I'm going to break these down so a fucking 6-year-old can understand it. Because, like you, I hate the technicals. I got to read it over and over again to understand it. So let's break it down so you and your 6-year-old can sit down and understand what these cryptos do. So the first crypto is going to be Sui. Many are calling Sui the new Solana killer. Now, an interesting fact about Sui is there's connections with Sui and Facebook or Meta platforms. Also, the fucking crypto has raised hundreds of millions of dollars from venture capitalists. Let's start with the founders. So from what I'm reading and understanding, all of the founders used to work at Facebook, or back when it was Facebook, and they were working on Libra, or there was a company they were working for that was connected to working on Libra, the whole Facebook token. And understand, the only reason why Libra didn't take off was because of governments, because it's on a centralized platform. So again, crypto, blockchain, decentralization, get it? Now, one of the interesting things about Sui that kind of puts it above a lot of blockchains is how fast it is. It can process roughly 300,000 transactions per second. I think that's the number, give or take. That's a lot, just so you guys understand. To give you an example, Bitcoin and Ethereum can do less than 20 transactions per second. So now, when you have a very fast blockchain, and at least where we are with the technology today, it comes down to what they call validators. And the less validators that you have that are validating the transactions, the faster that can be. The more validators that you have, the slower the transactions, but the more decentralized that it is. For more information on that, go look up what the blockchain trilemma is, or you can follow me and you can see that video as well. Now, I said to you guys in the beginning, I'm going to try to explain this so a 6-year-old can understand it. Now, there's something called consensus. Basically, that's the verification of these transactions. And with Sui, only a small percentage of these transactions are actually having to go through that process, which is a lot different from a lot of cryptos. Most cryptos, most blockchains, they go through the process regardless of the transaction, if it's a simple transaction or if it's a much harder transaction. Now, I told you guys I'm going to keep this pretty simple, stupid. They've basically created a new technology that works in parallel. It's actually really fucking complicated. Just understand that the technology they created will validate before they have to actually validate the transaction in real time, if it's a simple transaction or if it's a more complicated transaction. Now, there's a lot more to this whole thing with Sui, and I honestly can't explain it so a 6-year-old can understand the intricacies of it. But I will say this. Unlike projects like Ethereum that have to use smart contracts to validate things, they're not. They're using something called objects. It's a little bit different. It's a slight difference in technology. Nothing crazy. But at the end of the day, it's going to make all the difference, at least so Sui says. So all in all, the technology itself, it's a lot different from what we've seen in the past with Cardano and Solana and Ethereum, Matic, cryptos like that. The downside to it is that there hasn't been too much adoption. But then again, the crypto is kind of a new crypto comparative to Cardano, Solana, Ethereum. The more time that you have in this market, well, the more adoption that you get. So we shall see. But at the end of the day, I think it's an interesting project that could upwards of 15 to 20 extra money. All right, on to the next one. This crypto's name is SEI, S-E-I. So SEI Network is aiming to become essentially a decentralized NASDAQ, a trading platform, and let's talk about why and what their goals are. And before we go a little more into SEI and what their goals are and purposes and technology, I do want to mention the founders. Young guys, both worked for Goldman Sachs as bankers. They've been in this industry of money for a while. They understand the need for certain things. If you worked at Goldman, you did a lot of trading, and they aim to make this simple and easy on the blockchain. Also, one of the founders used to be an engineer at Robinhood. You all know Robinhood, that app. And I don't know if you guys remember, some of you will, when Robinhood halted trades a couple years ago with the whole GameStop fiasco. And there was a couple other stocks that they did this to. And the founder of Say got inspired by that, basically saying, you shouldn't be able to do that. We need to create a trading platform where no one can stop you. They can't just shut down trading because the big guys are losing money and the little guys are winning. Now let's simplify it. What is Say exactly? Now let's get into what Say is simplified so a 6-year-old can understand it. They're not trying to be an exchange like Coinbase. They do want to be a trading platform, but essentially they want others to build on Say and build trading platforms that are truly decentralized. So technically they're a layer 1 like Ethereum, Cardano, and others, not an exchange like Mexi or Coinbase or Kraken, as some may, think or believe. Their goal is to give cryptos or other people who want to build projects a layer 1 that they can build a decentralized exchange on and not have to worry about certain things that they are with Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, and many others. Again, think back to a decentralized NASDAQ. Now, we didn't even mention how much money these guys have raised. They've raised $120 million. Coinbase Ventures. Guess who's backing them? That's big. In full disclosure, I own a pretty large bag of Say, and I've been adding to it over the weeks. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You guys need to do what you think is best. But at the end of the day, these are technologies that I think, especially Say, can give you that 20 plus X potential in this upcoming bull run. Now, the last crypto we're going to talk about is called TIA or Celestia. So the big thing that I like about Celestia that kind of caught my attention was the fact that they were trying to solve this problem in crypto. And this problem is, it's called the blockchain trilemma. In the blockchain world, there's 3 important things. There's security, decentralization, and scalability. Obviously, you want to make sure that your cryptocurrency, your money, right, your project doesn't get hacked. So you can't say, let's not focus on that one. So you have to have that one. So then it leads you to 2 other things. Which one are you going to choose? Do you want to be more decentralized? Or do you want to be scalable? Do you want to be faster? And you'll notice that a lot of cryptos are choosing to be less decentralized and more scalable, faster. Here's 2 examples that most of you will know. You have Solana, right, which chose to be more scalable, right? So they had to pick security because you need security, or it doesn't make sense. It won't work. It'll keep getting hacked, and there you go. And you have to pick more decentralized or less decentralized, or do you want something scalable? Cardano chose to be more decentralized, but that makes it a slower crypto. Now, I think over time that there's going to be technologies created that will solve this problem. Well, that's where Celestia comes in. Now, not to get into the technicals, but Celestia says that they've solved that problem. They can be decentralized, scalable, and they can be secure. It's a technology they call modular blockchain, and they're the first of its kind. Now, if you were going to compare TIA to any blockchain out there, you'd probably compare it to Matic. So if you're a big Matic fan, well, then you may want to look into TIA. Now, there's another problem in the blockchain space, and it's finding somebody that knows how to create this stuff, that knows how to build decentralized applications, right, that understands this technology enough. Well, their aim is to make it simple, stupid, so that any developer that can build a website can then build a blockchain or can build pretty much any kind of decentralized app they want on the TIA network. Now, all 3 of these cryptos have under a $2 billion market cap. I could see any 3 of these or all 3 of these going anywhere from 20 to $50 billion market cap, which can get you that 15 to 20x gains. I wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 of these cryptos, if I had to make a guess, it would be Say, right, and TIA, that go upwards of a $75 to $100 billion market cap at some point in this next bull run, which would push them well past a 20x your money. All right, guys, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is my opinion only. Do me a favor and like, share, follow, and I'll talk to you soon.